We are here at the CPL Winter Finals. No joke this time. We got mics, and
we
we're about to watch.
Talk now.
Yeah, we're about to watch CZM and Jibo duke it out in the finals, and it looks like we are already live on Hub here.
And
well, actually, never mind.
No, we're not. Hey, don't scare me like that.
I got psyched out.
Don't
I got
do
psyched
that,
out.
okay? We didn't miss the first minute. That would be bad.
Hey, that's how pumped I am to see this.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be a great match. Jibo showed himself that he can beat Core. First time ever playing him in an international tournament.
And last time when CZM put Jibo into the loser's bracket, he actually put a pretty good show up against him on Hub. And, Paul is obviously the heavy favorite to win Hub. And it should be interesting to see how either of them make adjustments. Could they both pick the same maps again?
Yeah, Jibo did lose by 15, but it was much closer than the score would show because Jibo was able to come back by a big amount. He besides some dumb plays, he could have had that game.
Yeah, without a doubt. He's definitely been his own enemy at this tournament.
Yeah, especially versus Cooler in the last match.
Right. I mean,
back and forth.
He was
both
lucky
players
to win that,
doing.
I think.
Yeah, he was.
The mistakes he made were so elementary, but at the same time they were at critical points. And I mean, normally if you make those and you got a lead, it's not that big of a deal. He always has a lead in his matches. But at times against a great player like Cooler, you can't make those mistakes.
And I'm surprised that he actually beat Cooler. It seems like they were battling for who has more mistakes.
Yeah.
And
they're in each other's heads.
Yeah, Jibo made a few little less mistakes, but he did make. He's not going to be able to do that in this game. If he makes those mistakes in this game, I don't think CZM is going to be as.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And as you can see here, they're going for a $5,500 difference here.
Yes.
So I mean, whoever wins this gets a pretty big payday of $15,000. Second place is taking home about $9,500. I mean. It's a lot of money.
It's a lot for one match.
And, at this point, neither of them are thinking about that. That's the funny part. Neither of them really care about the difference of money. They just want to win.
Yeah, they just want to prove that they're the best.
Right.
A lot of these players, they don't even care about the money. Well, of course, money matters. Money has to matter. But, they just want to prove, they want to come to these events and prove they're the best in the world because Quake 3 has always been more of a, not I would say is a professional game. As something like CS, it's always been more community-based, always been more grassroots, and everyone just wants to show how good they are.
It's 2006, and here we are with another Quake 3 tournament. I mean, it's a lot like Counter-Strike in the sense that the community has always been there, but it's not, the TDM is not as active as, say, Counter-Strike, 5v5, obviously. But the one-on-one scene never really faded away. I mean, 2005 was last year. Obviously it'll be a year next month. It'll be 2 years next month, but it hasn't been that long since a major Quake 3 tournament.
Yeah, I mean, it has been hurtful that there hasn't been a major Quake 3 tournament for so long, though. I mean, I was missing Quake 3 at ESWC and WCG and CPL events and WSVG, but I'm glad that it's finally back, and I can't wait for next year. Yeah, next year is going to be, I hope all the players are going to be going to all the World Tour stops, and it's going to be amazing competition.
I think next year is going to be really cool as far as because with Painkiller they didn't really have. They had the TSN showcast, but they didn't exactly have GTV or anything like that, which is great for people because they can join it and they can look at the different POVs and stuff on their own. They don't have to worry about other people, their stream and stuff like that, which is great.
Yeah, I mean GTV has been such a community bringing together of everyone from the community. It allows everyone to talk trash and to spam on GTV when you see the text flying through at 30 words per second, and it's just going so fast. It just shows how much enthusiasm there is.
And obviously that's just one option. I mean, if you want to watch it on GotfragTV, that's the other option. But the other option, I mean, some people, they can't handle their internet's bad or whatever, and GTV enables them to actually see it anyways, especially for demos too. It helps resources for demos. You can do MVD where you can see both POVs in the demo and stuff like that.
You can see the other view when you're watching one point of view. You can see where everyone is at the same time, both in the map. You can see how they're interacting with each other and where they're both going for items and how they're both playing off each other and the different strategies each are using against each other while you're just seeing one point of view.
The thing that's really interesting, I guess. Jibo picked ZTN, and last time he picked no DM9.
Yeah.
So it's no mystery Paul hasn't had a good ZTN this tournament, and I think Jibo thought about that when he made his map selection, and it's going to be interesting to see what kind of adjustments Paul makes to fix his game against Jibo, because Jibo, he's got a really solid ZTN.
Yeah, Jibo has a really solid ZTN. CZM did make a couple mistakes in that past CTN. I think he missed a rocket jump back to armor. He did a couple weird things, and Jibo was able to capitalize him. Then he was able to turtle for the last couple minutes, and he was able to just take the win there. I know CZM really wants to win ZTN.
Yeah, he was talking about it. And we actually just got done practicing ZTN because he knew that CZM was going to pick it. It looks like we're actually going live. This is the real deal. On first map's going to be Hub, CZM versus Jibo in the Winter Finals.
3, 2,
We're
Here
going
we
to
go.
be seeing Jibo's POV from the start. Looks like he got a really bad spawn he did not want.
And CZM was able to pick up Mega and Red Armor, so already CZM is going to have the advantage in this game.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the downfalls of this map is the grenade launcher spawn, but for the most part, good players can recover because it only takes a rail to even things out.
Right now, Jibo walking around very slowly with 120 health, 50 armor. Doesn't want to go through the teleporter yet, just waiting right outside. Finally goes through, hits a rocket on CZM. Spams 2 more rockets, going up the stairs to RA. Going to finally get the LG. Going to probably hold here, wait for CZM to come around. He's going to push here. Hits a nice rail on Jibo. Jibo down to 100 health. Gets the lightning gun again. Able to RJ up and get the red armor.
Nice move by Jibo there. Once he got out of pulse, through the view there, it was really easy for him to get that RA. He had to RJ because he had to get there before Paul can make any other type of a move on him. Nice rail, sick rail there by CZM.
Crowd goes wild. CZM's rail.
CZM's actually going to wait for the RA here. Kind of a risky move on Hull. A lot of guys don't like to sit on top of the RA. Jibo misses a pretty crucial rail there. He had to hit that.
Actually, that was part of CZM's problem the last time we watched Hub.
Ooh,
Jibo.
Nice rocket in the face there by Jibo. Picks up the Mega as he gets hit.
Jibo sees him flying down from above and hitting a nice rocket onto Jibo from above. Jibo rushing with LG and able to tie the game up to 1.
Yeah, that wasn't too smart by Paul. He gave him too much of an angle to work with.
Those grenades bouncing all the way down to CZM. Jibo was able to get that RA. Knocking down CZM to 16 health and 25 armor. Jibo hiding around with that rail. Barely missed that rail there. Able to pick up a couple health bubbles, 115, 64.
Wow, great shot.
Nice rail by CZM as CZM peaks.
That was kind of a prediction rail. Like, I mean, he saw him when he shot, but he knew that he was going to be there. It was one of those angles where he was just waiting for it. Wow, really nice by Paul.
Seems like CZM baited him with the grenades there and hit him with a nice rail.
Paul's going on a little run. He knows the spawns better than anybody, so he's probably going to kill Jibo at least about 2 more times.
And here we see the great hub spawn frag that we're known for 5, 6 in a row, and it's like such a heartbreaker to get that type of spawn over and over and over.
Yeah, Jibo's making Paul pay for his little peaks. I mean, he just ate about 2 nades. Paul missing that jump. That's kind of a crucial jump, but he's going to use the rocket launcher jump to get nades.
Jibo hitting 2 nice rockets, forcing CZM to go through the teleporter, and then hitting the rail while picking up Mega. CZM able to do a nice back and away rocket to push Jibo off him, so he's able to go around.
Really nice rocket placement, but wow, nice. Kind of a silly move by Jibo, but really nice by Paul. Those rockets really did a lot of damage.
Yeah, if he didn't hit that rocket, Jibo would have been able to kill him there and probably pick up a couple spawns.
Without a doubt,
and pick up RA as well.
If he misses that rocket, that's game over for Paul.
CZM's hiding down below, hiding down the stairs, not letting Jibo get that RA yet. Spamming rockets towards him. Jibo going to go for the RA, gets the RA, and barely misses it, getting hit by that rocket.
Look, Jibo's going to get the Mega there. Not very good positioning by Paul.
Comes from behind.
Wow,
CZM
great
didn't even
move.
see that.
That's a great move on Jibo's part. He's at teleporter disadvantage.
CZM getting knocked through the teleporter, and then Jibo comes running through and gets another frag. He's probably getting another spawn frag here if he's going to chase him.
Jibo can't convert that one, but it definitely, Jibo's showing that he does have knowledge of how the spawns work on this map. I mean, a lot of the players, that's what they do incorrectly when they get a frag. They don't know exactly where to go, but it looks like Jibo's doing exactly what he's supposed to do.
CZM able to pick up that RA there. I don't know if Jibo didn't know the time there, but he was able to pick up that RA. The LG, Jibo some. CZM with 100 health, 76 armor. Jibo down to 85 health, 4 armor. LG down to 24 health in a matter of 2 seconds.
Yeah, CZM's putting the heat on him right now, and right now, 1 rail and he's done, and that's all Paul wants to do. Wow, threads the needle, putting a rocket straight through that window to take out Jibo.
CZM still has that red armor up. He's offset the time, so Jibo probably doesn't know the time now with that RA.
Yeah, here comes an instant replay on that insane shot we just saw from CZM's point of view.
Right through the window is just as he was about to jump to that RA. That was a crucial rocket shot.
Yeah,
there.
that was a great shot.
CZM now just waiting. Oh, wait. He gets RA, gets RL. Going to come around to RA run. Gets Jibo hiding up there, which is what happened to CZM a couple times. CZM was caught up with the RA, got dragged a couple times, and now he's turning the favorite up to Jibo. Another quick frag for CZM. Now he's up 9-4.
Yeah, CZM's got this map in sync right now. He's got to make it 10-4. You're about to see another one, too. Yeah, Paul's got this map on lockdown right now. He's got the armor sync so that he's able to get one and then the other. And he's also got Mega on a timer, too. So not much Jibo can do. He's going to have to hit a few rails if he wants to make a comeback. Nice rocket there by Jibo.
Sees him again, waiting at that RA. He took away that RA from CZM. It would have hit another couple rockets, forced CZM away from the RA.
Yeah, really nice rocket placement there that enabled him to get that RA from CZM. Really well done.
CZM's still pretty stacked though, 175, 105. He still has control of that Mega. Jibo is just trying to peek around, trying to get a couple rails.
Nice rail there by Jibo.
Hit that rail. CZM is able to get, is going to probably get this RA stacked up once again. Jibo comes from behind. Probably not going to win this battle, but he did pick up the 225s, but still can't convert on that one.
Great shaft by Paul right there. Completely had a beat on Jibo. As Jibo's going to get the rail, and he's going to take a couple shots at Paul. Great rockets by Jibo.
Great rockets by Jibo.
Nice
preventing CZM from getting that Mega, and now he's probably getting another spawn frag here.
Wow.
So CZM did get lucky and got that railgun spawn.
CZM able to get away. Really crucial mistake there by Jibo. He fell down after missing a pretty clutch rail. And that now Paul's got the RA, even though he just took a rail.
He does have RA time now. Here we go into the rail.
Nice rail by Paul. He's going to have to hit a couple more to keep Jibo. There it is.
Trading rails with CZM just has the better aim right now.
Yeah, really nice rail there. This is going to enable Paul to get Mega when it spawns. Unless Jibo can knock him off. There's a nice rail from Jibo. Oh, very smart weapon switch with the machine gun.
Jibo's able to steal Mega away. CZM, he does get Y'all armor, does going to go through the teleport, get rocket launcher, go back up. Going to get RA, 100, 120. Going to spam. He's able to pick up that railgun, which got left there before. See the instant replay, and this great rail from CZM. Flick rail right on Jibo.
Real nice. Paul's going to continue to have control. It's not much of control, but it's still control. Oh, and there it goes. Control is gone. And Jibo knows it, which is why he said, I like it.
But CZM does get the red armor once again, so anything that Jibo just did to knock off.
Yeah, but Jibo just picked up Mega, so they're pretty evenly matched right now. Actually, I think Jibo has a little bit more of an advantage.
Jibo spamming the end of that teleport. CZM spamming those rockets, being pretty cautious not to go through the teleport, not to run into anything stupid. Jibo spams rockets just a second before his CZM runs.
Yeah, he was trying to set a trap. It's a classic move on this map. He camped that upper entrance right there, and he was just trying to get CZM, but I think he's fired a little bit too early.
Again, just a little bit too early, and CZM's able to miss it by just a millisecond. But he did hit that rocket and push CZM through the teleport, now chase him.
Wow.
Nice frag by Jibo, putting this a 12-7 game, only down by 5. And now Jibo has complete control. Jibo's with 196, 140 has control of the red armor and the Mega now.
That's a real great move by Jibo right there.
CZM even missed the jump to railgun, so now he's going to be fighting from below.
Yeah, that's not so big of a deal. He went to the teleporter and got that rail. But Jibo definitely has full control right now. What he's going to probably do is try to keep Paul trapped in this grenade launcher area. And once he gets a frag on him, he's going to run the spawns for about 3 or 4 kills.
Oh, it was a nice prediction by Jibo there as CZM fell down. Even then we got that YA.
Great rail there. Oh, that's a rail he's got to hit right there if he wants to run the spawns.
Jibo's still doing pretty good, able to kill CZM again and prevent CZM from getting that Mega. So Jibo's gotten the past 2-3 Megas and gotten a couple.
Oh, wow.
I don't even know how that happened.
I don't either. That was pretty impressive, trading a couple mid-air shots from both players. As Jibo manages to get the more fortunate spawn. Yeah, he gets RA.
CZM's just waiting and gets that rail. Jibo down to 35 arm now.
Wow.
And another rocket. So
CZM with the prediction rocket right in the face of Jibo.
So everything that Jibo just got here is gone, and now one rail is going to get him.
Jibo's definitely going to be on the defensive here, and he's going to try to keep Paul off this RA. He's going to be really fortunate if he can get it. Paul just picked up Mega, and Jibo got RA.
Jibo gets RA, but he gets the rail, so it doesn't even matter anymore. Jibo's really hurt. He's going to have to run around to help. He's going to play very cautious. Does hit a nice rocket to keep CZM away. CZM could get the frag there.
CZM already has him fragged at this point. He just hasn't done it yet. He's got him trapped, and he's not going to be able to move. Here it comes.
There's the LG, and CZM takes Jibo down to make it a 13-9 lead, 9 minutes into this game.
Mega's going to be up in about 10 seconds, and Paul's going to have to try to keep Jibo off of it.
Jibo's trying to hit those flick rails, those flick peak rails. Can't hit either. Allowing CZM to get that Mega. He's probably going to get that RA
by Paul right there. That's a great move. Notice how when he saw Jibo going down the other way, he managed to use that teleport to his advantage and made the jump, which cut him off.
Yeah, he just turned right. He was going to jump up on top so he could go down. CZM looking real confident right now.
Wow,
doesn't show
terrific
any
shot.
emotion. Another great rail by CZM. He's able to get RA, but he's going to hold off for a little bit. Going to hold off time. Going to spam some rockets down on Jibo.
A lot of you guys are probably wondering why Paul went and looked at RA and didn't pick it up that one time, and it's because he's looking for the spawn point. There's actually a spawn point right there at the RA.
CZM's looking real good, though. We stacked 180, 110. Jibo only has 60 health and no armor, and he's just kind of looking around, trying to get that lower yellow armor, waiting for the lower yellow armor to spawn, but it hasn't spawned yet. Does pick it up now, but CZM knows exactly where he is, trying to chase him around. Sending some rockets and some LG.
Paul's actually using that yellow armor to his advantage. He's using it as bait, trying to get Jibo to go, but Jibo had really good timing. He managed to get it and get away, but then Paul put the heat on with the lightning gun. As Paul's going to get the RA here, he's stacked, folks. 100, 145.
Jibo's going to need to spam some more grenades. It's always he's been so great spamming some grenades.
Definitely needs to work. His rocket spam, it's kind of predictable where people are going to go once they get an item, so he's definitely got to get a lot better rocket spam instead of rather shooting directly at him, you know, going for as he's backing up. He's going to have to try to get some prediction rocket spam. Hope he catches one in the face.
CZM still with 178 and 200, really stacked now. He's only leaving Jibo with that lower yellow armor. That's the only thing that Jibo can get right now, and he can't really do anything because every time he gets it, it gets knocked off anyway.
Yeah, and that's what Paul's known for, is he keeps his opponent in check almost every time he gets control. I mean, there's nothing Jibo can do right now except hope he hits a couple good rails. There's that same move, but Jibo's ready for it this time. Plants a rocket in his face.
Jibo finally with a nice rocket able to put CZM away, but CZM really stacked.
Wow, nice rail there by Jibo. Whoa!
CZM returns the favor and destroys
Complete
Jibo.
reaction rail by Paul. That was pure reaction. That was pure aim.
CZM pretty stacked. Still stacked. Still got red armor control. Still has mega control. And there's a grenade. So CZM's down to 40 health and 23 armor. Is maybe the chance for Jibo to get a quick frag here and try to regain control.
That's a really impressive show by Jibo to be able to make the adjustment so fast. Because Paul's tried that same move twice since he did it the first time. Oh, wow. Little peek rail there by Paul. Great shot.
And he's able to pick up that RA again. So Jibo can't really do anything. He may have to try to contest the Mega, but it seems like you can't come anywhere close to that.
Yeah, we're going to check the instant replay out on that pretty insane shot that Paul had. Takes a rail there. Oh, wow.
Rail through the doorway.
It's a great shot.
CZM now with 87 health, 50 armor. Waiting near the RA. Jibo trying to peek up from the stairs. Trying to spam rockets through. CZM's going to probably come up. Oh, and Jibo misses the jump.
Wow, that's a huge, huge frag right there.
Another mistake by Jibo.
There's only about 2.5 minutes left, but on this map, 9 frags isn't that much, but it looks like CZM's going to keep adding frags up to his total, so I don't see how Jibo can come back to
that. Yeah, that frag was probably the defining frag.
That was the moment Jibo needed to get a frag.
So now CZM stacked 190, 150. Does hit a nice rocket on CZM there, but CZM just rails him, and that rocket doesn't mean anything then. His grenade spam down.
Nice rail.
CZM, Jibo down to 15 health, trying to protect with rockets. CZM just waits there. Waits for him to come out and baits Jibo.
Yeah, really smart by Paul. Really smart by Paul not to be too aggressive and maintaining control, but still managing to frag.
So now with 2 minutes left to go and a 11-12 frag lead for CZM here, this match is pretty much over. I mean, Jibo can get a
Jibo can make a little run,
yeah,
but
he can make a little run.
I don't
see that happening.
Yeah, mathematically, I don't really possibly see how he can win if Paul delays all of his spawns. I really don't see how Jibo could possibly come back unless he gets every single spawn. He gets a kill right now, but I just don't see it happening. Paul's just too in the zone right now.
Yeah, too in the zone through that window, shooting rail.
Yeah. Paul's going to play a little defense from here on out. You're going to see Paul kind of doing the back pedal, maybe hiding a little bit, just trying to waste time. He knows he's got this match in the bag.
Just hitting plus back, quick run away.
Looks like Jibo managed to pick up a frag right there.
Not going to do much as a grenade hits him right in the face anyway.
Really nice made by Paul. As you can see, Paul's just playing D, camping the top. He's just going to try to get Jibo to chase him and do as much damage as he can because he knows that Jibo has to come to him.
There's only a minute left to go. I would assume the next map will be ZTN.
Next map will be ZTN. That's going to be Jibo's pick, which will be interesting because Paul really is worried about his ZTN game.
Yeah, I think he's lost ZTN twice now. He lost to Thor.
He has not.
And he lost to Jibo.
Yeah, he has not won against a good player yet on ZTN. I don't think in this tournament.
No, he did play Python. I don't think he was on ZTN though. I think he would have been. He may have won against ZTN against Python. Python's good.
Python's real good.
Not the level of cool or Jibo maybe.
Yeah, but I spoke to him about it. We went and had dinner and I spoke to him about it. And he's really worried about his ZTN. He knows that Jibo's got a really crazy ZTN. I mean, that match against Cooler was insane. You know, he's just going to have to try to focus. Wow.
That was a great rail by Jibo there.
Fantastic shot by Jibo. It's too bad.
Trying to do some showing off for the match ends here to redeem himself.
Tried to anyways. And
CZM just answers back anyway. So the final score is going to be 22-11 for CZM.
Good show for Paul. He
hitting a 35-36 rail, which is 14% above Jibo. If Jibo's going to want to come back, he's going to have to hit.
You're going to have to hit your rails. You're going to have to work on your rocket spam, and you're going to have to hit rails if you want to win on Hub. I mean, Hub, when you don't have control, the only way to get it back usually is by hitting, consecutive rails. And when a player like Jibo is, he's a lot of his fights are LG or rockets. I mean, it's a lot more difficult to come back on that map unless you know every time and you can hit every shot like that. But I mean, with rails, it's guaranteed. If you hit them, they're 100 health less.
Yeah, it's hit scan. It's not, you don't really. I mean, you can predict, and you do have to predict where they're coming from to get the angle on the rail that you want to hit. But I mean, as long as you have some good aim and a little bit good prediction, you can manage to keep your distance
as well. So the player with control is going to have to match your rails, and if they can't do that, then you can possibly come back. And we're going to go live here on ZTN. Good lucks are being exchanged.
It's going to be a great game.
See if CZM can recover from his earlier losses on this map. Looks like CZM is going to get the RA spawn, and Jibo is going to get the grenade launcher spawn. So CZM actually starts with both
and
powers.
RA. So that's not good news. And he gets the other YA. So Jibo is scrambling right now.
Jibo is going to try to hit a couple pot shot rails here. And
he did get a rail gun, where CZM did.
Great decision by Paul to try to trap him. Picks up the frag there. Nice move.
Going to push on Jibo, is going to deny him of that rail. So now CZM has control of the red armor, the mega, and the yellow. One of the yellow armor with the plasma gun.
A lot of people have a pattern on this map if they get that spawn. Once they get the plasma gun, they always drop the LG, and that's what Paul was waiting for. Nice rocket there by Jibo to keep CZM up. Jibo actually manages to get the mega health. It's pretty impressive.
So now taking away control from CZM. CZM is down to 25 health. It would have picked up that 50 and the 50 armor, but now I would say Jibo has control of the map.
Jibo definitely is in control right now, and Paul's gonna have to. Oh wait, great rail there by Jibo to put Paul back down. Paul just managed to get enough health and armor, and now he's with that rail. I'd already put him back down.
Jibo's already up to 128 health, 140 armor. He's down to 23 health.
Great rail there by Jibo. I don't even think he saw his player model. It was more of a spam shot.
CZM now just has to run around, try to gather some health, try to gather some armor, and it's going to take time off the clock, and he can keep running and grabbing stuff, but it's going to be very hard for CZM to regain control here.
Unless Paul runs into Jibo, which looks like he might do it here. A couple great rockets there.
Jibo didn't see him coming, so CZM hit a rail and a couple nice rockets.
Yeah, great rail there.
CZM go to peek, hit him a couple times, now run away, and now they're basically even again. So CZM was able to turn it around just like that.
Paul's going to try to get a couple shots here, and if he can't, what he's going to do is he's going to go get the YA and then try to pick up the mega health at about 150.
CZM 87 health, 47 armor now, trying to peek rail, trying to spam those grenades, pushing Jibo away from coming up to the stairway.
See, he knows it's safe to go to RA because Jibo had to get mega, and he's going to pick up that RA and probably try to takes a rail there from Jibo. Nice patience by Jibo.
Jibo is stacked now, 150, 150. CZM again down to 86, 46. Was down even before, but picked up a couple of those health bubbles. He's going to hold up CZM off from that YA. Going to pick up that YA, make CZM push back as Jibo goes through the teleporter. And Jibo's going to spam grenades down again. I think Jibo is going to spam another 150 grenades, 160 grenades.
Yeah, Jibo is definitely on his game. As you remember against Cooler, he only had 50 grenade throws, but against all the other players he's had about 150.
Yeah, I think it'll be much different again for CZM than versus Cooler. Cooler is a bit different of a matchup for Jibo just because of their history and how much they know each other.
It looks like Jibo's putting the heat on Paul.
Jibo goes to the teleport and takes 2 rockets, but still gets the frag anyway, tying this game up at 1.
Yeah, Paul kind of missed. He tried to backpedal in that archway there, and he actually missed it. It's kind of an oops type of thing, but I don't think he would have lived either way.
CZM able to pick up that rocket launcher as it comes down from the plasma.
Little fight at the grenade launcher here as Jibo's going to try to pick up the frag on Paul and does so.
A great rocket by Jibo, and then rocket jumps up to RA and gets Mega. So now he has control of Mega, red armor, and the lower yellow armor, and CZM's going to be stuck with Wall of Death.
Terrific shot. That's a pretty crazy shot. He's looking for a spawn kill there, but he doesn't get it as Paul spawns in the plasma health room where he's going to drop down to LG, but it looks like Jibo's aware that he's there.
That was a pretty nice spawn by CZM because that was the only armor up out of the entire map.
Yeah, so. He got a little lucky right there. Jibo picks up the RA.
Jibo going around. We're going to push with LG, takes the rock to the fate.
Really aggressive play by Jibo. It was pretty risky him to actually chase Paul. Oh, great rail there. That's
jumps and just hits that pixel rail.
Yeah, that is a tough rail. It definitely was a pixel rail by Jibo to hit. That was pretty clutch rail. So now he's actually up 4-1. He's got complete control. Not much Paul can do right now.
As well.
Yeah, there's not much Paul can do right now because Jibo knows that next armor up is actually the teleporter Y, and all Paul can do is wait for it. You can see that pixel shot. There it is. Great shot right there by Jibo. CCM actually manages to get 100 armor, but Jibo just blasts it off.
Oh! That's a great rocket jump by CZM, but Jibo just peeks out in 1 second, just rails him.
Yeah, that was great awareness by Jibo.
Jibo trying to hit LG from down below, picks up that Mega. CZM left with just the rocket launcher and does pick up the red armor before Jibo was able to get there.
Great
does hit a rocket on Jibo. So Jibo has no armor and has to scramble to yellow armor. Does keep CZM from getting that yellow armor while picking up plasma as well, and those health bubbles.
That was definitely an exchange of a couple good rockets. This Y is actually probably going to even it up pretty much for Paul. First shot's going to win this battle, whoever gets it.
And going to be control over this Mega here. Both players spamming lots of grenades.
Wow. Nades by CZM, taking down Jibo to about 80 health.
And you can just see the amount of skill it takes in dodging everything at this little corridor to get that Mega.
Yeah, it's
and
kind of a guessing game.
CZM's able to win that and get that Mega, so CZM has control of that Mega now. Jibo was able to get RA.
Yeah, Jibo and Paul are actually pretty even right now. I give the edge to Jibo actually. He's got a lot more armor, so the mitigation is going to be a little different as far as damage taking.
Jibo is stacked 100, 200 now. CZM only with 172 and 53, so he's going to probably want to get this next red armor. They're both just sitting at the edge of the corridor.
That's kind of funny. It looks like a Counter-Strike.
Both waiting for each other. And CZM does go for RA. Jibo follows him, jumps down.
That was a sick LG by Jibo. That might have been like 90% LG right there.
Jibo able to get the yellow armor too, so Jibo is stacked right now.
What Paul's going to have to do is he's going to have to stand still. If you notice the theme from this match so far, Paul is constantly moving around, constantly trying to get a frag on Jibo as they're exchanging rockets here. And Paul's going to try to maybe get this RA, but he knows Jibo's below him. He's only got 100 health, so he's not going to be able to jump. One rail will definitely frag him. He's taking a risk here. Oh, when he gets railed.
Just as he's jumping to red armor. And this map is much different than a map like Hub, where you don't really have to run around the entire map the whole time. You don't have to run around like aimlessly. You can push back a little, you can turtle, you can hide for some time. You don't have to just run around. Another frag by Jibo there, making it a 7-1.
Jibo is straight putting the hurt on Paul right now. See, Paul needs to just stand still because what he's doing is he's giving Jibo's in a groove, and Paul isn't even trying to, as I said before, roach any armors. He's not trying to just camp out armors, maybe fend off Jibo enough to pick up a Y or anything. He's just running straight at Jibo, trying to make Jibo out-aim him.
He got that railgun there. He just stood there trying to rail him. He didn't try to go through, teleport, try to run away with the rail. Oh, those are two great rockets as CZM was trying to pick up that rocket launcher. So Jibo doing a great job in this game of controlling all the weapons, controlling the armor, controlling the Mega.
Great rail there by Paul. Another great rail.
Second rail. That's all he has to do is hit those rails, and it doesn't matter. Hits a third rail.
It's kind of a silly move by Paul there. I don't think he realized how stacked Jibo was. I mean, Paul easily could have retreated, maybe picked up Mega. I don't really agree with going to that teleporter that Paul just did.
Well, he did hit 3 rails and knocked him up to 75 health, but Jibo is back up to
another rail by Paul.
100, 150. CZM trying to push with LG there. Probably would have had that if he didn't get hit by that rocket.
Yeah, it seems like every time Paul gets a chance to make a move on Jibo, Jibo lands a rocket right in Paul's face. Great rail there.
That's a great LG to rail combo there. And Jibo goes, I don't know why he went for that railgun there, knowing that CZM was right there, but he's able to get that frag, makes it now 12-3.
Paul is definitely not out of this quite yet. He could definitely go on a little run, but he's going to have to do it sometime in the next 2 minutes.
I don't know why.
Nice rail there by Paul.
Jibo has 5 health. I don't know why CZM didn't just machine gun him there and kill him.
Well, he did manage to pick up the kill right there. Jibo almost gave up complete control for that one frag. Paul did crater, but I think Jibo could have played that a little smarter.
CZM does have 190-55, Jibo with 120-46, so CZM does have control of the Mega. And able to LG him completely as Jibo was trying to push on him. Jibo able to get that red armor, knocked down to 13 health, getting the super shotgun, and jumps down. Paul can't get him, finally gets him. Makes this a 12-5 game.
It's only a 7 frag game now, and the thing is is I don't know how many rails Paul has to hit Jibo with for Jibo to respect his aim. I realize he has a lead, but he's not even really respecting Paul's aim. Paul just literally landed 3 out of 5 rails on him.
Yeah, now CZM has control, the Mega, and the RA, and the Yaw armor. So he's beating, I mean, he can come back here.
Oh, he could easily come back at this point. I said he needed to make the move in the next 2 minutes. It's only been about 1 minute and 30 seconds, and he's already got 2 more frags. So, I mean, Paul can definitely work with what he has right now. I mean, he's got all the armors on lock. He's in sync right now. A little late on that one.
That was a great
mid-air
rocket.
shot. Yeah, great mid-air rocket by Jibo there. Like I said, every time Paul gets a chance, Jibo seems to land a rocket right in his face.
Jibo is doing what CZM should have been doing for the past 5 minutes while he's been getting spawn fragged. He's playing it really slow, not moving at all, just waiting for that Yaw armor to the rocket launcher, making CZM come to him, and then hitting him with the rocket and run to the teleporter as he comes to him.
Exactly. It looks like CZM is actually going to try to hunt down Jibo here, as Jibo is kind of camping the lower teleporter, just waiting for Paul to make a move.
Paul doesn't know that he's down there. So he's going to go over to the Yaw armor, near the rocket launcher, go through the teleporter. Jibo's going to head to the plasma gun and the YA. CZM's going to wait on that Mega. Going to pick up that Mega, so CZM is stacked.
CZM is flat stacked right now. Oh, he manages to somehow land that rail.
I don't know how he hit that rail. I didn't even see Jibo in CZM's picture there.
Crazy rail by Paul, and he's going to take a guess here and hope that Jibo comes through that teleporter, but it looks like his gamble is
hiding at that Yaw armor rocket launcher area. I would say on this CTN and the ZTN that they played before, he kind of sits there and just waits there for a good 2-3 minutes, just cuts time off the clock. And
that's exactly what Paul should have been doing when he was down by about 6 flags. Just waiting him out.
Well, it was 4.5 minutes to go.
Oh, face rocket there by Paul.
That's a great rocket by CZM. He's going to have to, he does get the Mega. He's down by 7 with about 4 minutes left to go. He is going to have to push on Jibo. Does push on Jibo. Jibo able to pick up that 50. Has a crucial
another
health
rocket to the
there.
face as Jibo retreats and manages to keep Paul away. And he's only at the time he had a few.
Oh,
wow!
The grenades again.
Grenades again.
I don't know what it is with those grenades.
Great
at Jibo.
Great placement by Jibo.
That's basically game, or it may not be, but on this type of map, it's hard to get a lot of spawn
That was
frags.
definitely a deciding frag right there for Jibo. I think that sealed the deal for him.
CZM had him down to 23 health, then he picked up the 50. He was able to get down to 70, got knocked back down to 30, and then as CZM tried to push again, 2 grenades to the face, and death comes to the front.
Definitely nice decision by Jibo to spam that. Another rocket to the face for Paul. Jibo's on right now. His rockets and his nades have been the deciding factor in this match.
Jibo has 125 armor, but only 18 health, so he's just hiding along the stairway, just waiting near that rocket launcher and Yaw armor spawn once again, just sitting there. He just seems to wait there for like 2-3 minutes, then he just waits for CZM to come, then goes through the teleporter, spams rockets behind him, and just keeps running.
This is the classic game of ZTN, cat and mouse. Jibo's just going to basically run for the rest of the game and probably catch Paul in the face with rockets the whole time.
Jibo would have spam those grenades down once again. Go into that Yaw armor rocket launcher area. He's going to keep going to that area. He just stand there, run around, come back, stand there. CZM with 2 nice rockets bouncing up in the air. Is he finally going to frag here? Finally gets a frag, making it 13-6 with 3 minutes left to go. So CZM's going to have to go on a huge run here.
This could be the impossible run.
2 nice rockets by Jibo pushing CZM off. Can't chase him to the teleporter.
Once again, you can't chase Jibo. He's landing too many shots. Ooh, big rocket there by Paul. He needs to convert on that. He's not going to be able to.
10 health. On Jibo's rockets.
Jibo gets away with 4 health.
So lucky. So lucky by Jibo there. 19 health, 59 armor for Jibo, 160 and 60 for CZM.
That seems to be the story so far for this match for Paul. Is he just
CZM just stacked and just runs around, and then Jibo has like half health
and catches a
rocket in the face. 2 rockets, and then it doesn't even matter.
So obviously we're going to be going to a 3rd map, and the 2 maps are DM6 and no DM9. I think no DM9 is heavily favored for CZM.
Well, on that note, I did speak to Jibo before the game, and he said he watched his no DM9 game, and he said he knows a couple of mistakes that he made, and he's ready again if they pick no DM9. He thinks he'll win no DM9.
It'd definitely be I think either map's going to be really interesting as far as who's going to win, because obviously they're both. DM6 is the map that's been around since the beginning.
Yes.
And then no DM9 is another map that's been around since the early days, and Paul definitely played that in the early days.
Though now it's gone through a couple of revisions, and now it's the pro version.
Still the same concept.
CZM with a late plasma kill, minute 30 left to go, making it 13-7. CZM may be able to get another spawn kill here. Makes it 13-8 with a minute 30 left to go. But Jibo does get that railgun spawn, so now he can just run. He gets RA. He can just run around now, spam grenades, spam rail or two. Does hit a rail there. So CZM can't push, and Jibo is going to win this map.
Yeah, Jibo's just going to probably camp this teleporter for the rest of the game, and Paul, I think he's accepted the fact that this one's over. He's probably already thinking about what kind of adjustments he's going to make for DM6 or no DM9.
What type of map we're going to play.
Nice rail there.
Great rail by
Picks up
Jibo.
the spawn rail.
Hits a rocket, makes him fly all the way to the end of the map, and then hits a rail there. Those damn pesky grenades.
Yeah, it looks like Jibo. He knew he was going to get frightened at that point, but he figured, hey, I got a little cushion. Might as well get him.
Make it exciting.
Yeah.
Make it a little fun now. With 30 seconds left to go. Oh, so you think CZM will have the advantage on DM6 and no DM9?
I think he's got the advantage in both maps, but I mean the way Jibo's playing, he can. I mean, if he's this impressive on either of those maps, I don't know. It's going to be a match for the ages.
Yes. CZM can't play exactly like he did here. He was too
sloppy.
He was too sloppy, maybe a bit too aggressive here. He did get hit by a couple nice shots by Jibo. But if CZM would have just wait around a little bit more, he couldn't have gotten all those spawn frags.
What this map came down to was catching a break, and Paul didn't catch any breaks. Every time he got him low, there was a big gib in the face. As you see, Jibo, they're pretty happy that we're going to the third map.
51% rail.
Yeah, that's impressive. And 25 shaft even is actually pretty impressive.
That's half your shots.
Yeah, he hit half his rails he took, and he probably took quite a few. The thing is here is we got to remember, Jibo's got to beat Paul twice.
Yeah, so even if he wins this third map, he's going to have to do the whole thing all over again.
He's going to have to do it again, and I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't know many people that can beat CZM in
even one best of 3.
4 out of 6 games.
I mean, forget 2 best of 3s, but 1 best of 3 is difficult enough.
As you can see, Paul, CZM Nelson there, he's pretty focused right now. I think what he's doing is he's just thinking about what he's going to do when he finds out what the map is. Like he's thinking, okay, if I get DM6,
what's his game plan going to be?
He's thinking, hey, okay, Jibo's obviously got good aim, so I got to do this or I got to do that. Or he's thinking about what he's going to do off the spawn on no DM9. If he spawns here, where do I go? Just certain things like that. I mean, when you're playing in the match, if you lose or win, you're always thinking about. Let's say obviously there's matches where it's like this one where you're up 5, you're up 6 or whatever, you have a cushion. A lot of the time at the end of the match, with like a minute left, you're starting to think about, okay, next map I got to do this because you've won, and it's the same thing with any game. I suppose tennis even, next set you're thinking, okay, I'm going to try this next time. It's the same concept.
Jibo can't be making the mistakes that he made on both no DM9 and DM6 that we both last saw him. No DM9 versus CZM in the upper bracket, and then his DM6 game, which was very sloppy versus Core, only winning in the last couple of seconds as they flew by each other near the LG, and neither player even noticed each other. He can't be making those mistakes again.
Yeah, both players are going to have to clean up their game. I mean, Paul played really sloppy on. Looks like we're going to DM6.
And we are going to be going to DM6.
Paul played really sloppy on ZTN. I'm not really sure. I don't know if his ZTN's off that much, or
Jibo's just that good.
Yeah, it's one of the two.
I think it's a little bit of both probably. CZM made a couple mistakes, but Jibo did hit a lot of nice shots on CZM.
Oh man, so many rockets right to Paul's face that completely turned that whole battle. Like Paul could have chased him at least 6 times, that he ended up catching a rocket in the face to stop him.
Yeah, well, now it's going to be DM6, so I will say this is probably CZM's favor. It will depend a lot on the first spawn, but I do think CZM and his railgun prefers this map much more than no DM9 without the rail.
I think this is actually a pretty evenly matched map right now. I mean, it's going to come down to who gets the shotgun spawn. On DM6, there's certain spawns you can start with. One's on the staircase by the rocket launcher, and there's a couple at the LG, and then there's the shotgun spawn. If you get the shotgun spawn, the other player gets every single item before you do, and you're basically, you start without control. Looks like we're going to be going live here on Q3 DM6 for the 3rd map of the first set of the CPL Winter Finals.
CZM does get that LG spawn and the Mega, and Jibo gets the shotgun spawn.
Exactly what I was talking about. A lot of players will elect to delay RA, but it looks like, wow.
That was a great rocket by Jibo there, but misses the railgun jump. That was still a great rocket by Jibo there.
Yeah, terrific rocket by Jibo. I mean, Paul catches it in the teeth, but Jibo, kind of a risky move. Now he doesn't have YA, and he's going to go for Riba. I think Paul's going to beat him there.
Yep. Jibo's able to.
Wow.
And he gets bounced up by the rocket, hits the rail anyway.
Pretty sick rail there.
And CZM picks up the RA too. Jibo picked up that LG, but rushed towards center, and now he's going to lose LG.
Yeah, extremely silly battle there by Jibo. It was obvious he wouldn't win that. I'm not sure why he even took that gamble.
I mean, yeah, Jibo did get that LG. I don't know why he didn't run away. You're going to see this shot now by CZM. Bounced up in the air and hit rail.
Oh, wow, that's a sick shot.
The blood splatters everywhere.
Paul's going to keep Jibo away from that RA as he picks it up. That'll be up in about 25 more seconds. Paul knows he's at the shards. Classic move.
CZM's completely stacked now. 134, 157. Going to catch Jibo here. Jibo is not exactly having the best of time, the best of luck here. Got that shotgun spawn.
Wow. Another insane rail as CZM lets him know it was nice.
CZM lets himself know it was nice. He's going to rail.
Misses a clutch rail right there. Jibo manages to get away with only 14 health. Paul's actually really aware of where he's going. Looks like
Jibo did get a rail gun.
He ninja attacked that rail and managed to get that.
So he's going to have to hit a couple rails here to try to knock CZM's control out of balance.
Jibo's not going to actually be able to come into a fight with Paul. For about, see Paul faces him with the
Jibo
rocket.
had no idea where he was. His face was with rocket from above. And then he loses out in the mega battle. And CZM's going to have 63 health, 65 armor. Jibo has nothing. All he has is a machine gun.
At this point, Jibo's going to literally need to just take a second, step back, say, hey, look, okay, I'm not even close to having control. Paul's got every single item on the map. I'm going to need to roach a little bit, try to attack from above. A lot of players, when they don't have control, they try to control this upper level because they can spam rockets at RA. They can block the rocket launcher jump pad, or if anybody's coming from YA, they have enough of an angle to bounce them around if they try to come to that rocket
basically
launcher.
Just camp there until you have a good enough feeling to go where you need to go.
Paul is on for this map. His rail is off the hook as he just takes out Jibo again with a pretty sick shot.
And Jibo's not getting great spawns. He only has shotgun again. He's going to be waiting for LG. LG's not going to be spawning soon. CZM has complete control of the armor and the mega, and Jibo, he finally does get a lightning gun.
I'm surprised Paul didn't hear him pick that up, as Paul's very well aware of where Jibo's going. She's not going to fall for the double back, which is a very classic move on the Paul's chasing down Jibo.
Jibo has a plus back with LG forward, but CZM doesn't even care. He's just going to push forward.
The reason Paul didn't chase him right there is because Mega and RA are coming up, and he didn't want to give Jibo that angle to go get it while he's too busy chasing the fragger. He honestly doesn't need it at this point.
No, he doesn't. I mean, he's in the lead 5-0. This is going to be time for Jibo to attack him.
And Jibo's doing exactly what I suggested. He's taking his time. He's roaching around. He's picking up shards. And he's gonna probably try to get over to 100 armor here once he gets this Y. And then when he does, you're gonna see him try to make a move at Mega. And it's gonna be a matter of who gets the first shot and what angle he's at.
Also where they're coming from. It seems like Jibo is up at the rocket launcher now, and CZM is waiting on the middle platform. And CZM does get the mega.
Wow.
A nice grenade by Jibo, but CZM rails him down to the floor.
Yeah, that was a great need by Jibo, but unfortunately CZM matched it with a rail.
And LG kill is Jibo jumps up the jump pad. So now Jibo has to go through all of that again.
Yeah, I mean, that's the story of DM6. And I mean, Paul has every item on lock. So even if Jibo's camping an item, it doesn't matter because Paul knows when that item's coming up. So if Jibo wants to fight him for it, which it seems like he's doing, sometimes, I think Paul could have won the jump pad right here. I'm not sure why he didn't try to.
That.
But Jibo manages to get a rail. Oh, it doesn't actually get the rail. He steals the mega, completely jukes out CZM. Really nice move by Jibo there.
Very nice move by Jibo there. CZM is able to pick up the red armor, but now that Jibo has mega, and he's going to go for this railgun jump, better not miss it again. Oh, and he misses it again.
Unbelievable.
That's the third time Jibo's missed that railgun jump.
Jibo will make that jump 10 times out of 10, no matter what.
Jibo missed the railgun jump in the first game of score, which cost him about 5 to 6 frags.
CZM punishes him for
he missed it. He missed it in the beginning of this game.
Yep.
And then he misses it now, and now he had mega, and he had armor, and now he's going to have to go through the whole thing again.
Paul can't let him get. Jibo gets mega right there. Paul not aggressive enough on Jibo at this point.
So Jibo is able to get mega again, maybe a bit lucky this time. So if he's going to want to go for railgun, he can't keep missing that jump.
No, he's going to definitely. He has to get a rail. If he wants to make a comeback, he has to get a rail. Otherwise, Paul's going to outshaft him every battle, just like that. Paul's got more health. Paul's got more armor. I mean, he's going to win the shaft fight.
And Paul has basically just as good aim as Jibo, maybe even a slightly better aim.
Yeah, I think it's
hitting
I think
25.
It's slightly better.
He's hitting 25 shaft now. Jibo hitting 24, so not too big of a difference, but CZM's hitting the shaft when it really needs to.
Paul's completely aware of the YA not being there, and now he knows that Jibo's going for that rail, which is why he's going to take it away.
He rocket jumps up, but does get shafted off the platform, but does pick up the rail gun, so Jibo can't get it.
You know, and that's all right because Paul knows that even if he gets shafted a little bit right there, he still can take enough damage to keep Jibo off. Oh, great rail there by Paul. Great awareness that Jibo was actually going to get the shards and get the YA.
CZM is going to keep railing him and running around and letting Jibo, collect the armor and collect the slight yellow armors that he can get and the little health. And CZM will just keep controlling Mega and red armor. He's just going to keep beating down on Jibo here.
Jibo keeps trying to do the same double back move at LG, and Paul the Dream Nelson's not having any of that.
That wouldn't do anything. CZM is not down to 76 health. While Jibo is at 170, so maybe this is time for Jibo to make a slight
This
comeback.
is definitely the time. Jibo knows it too, as you can see. He's camping LG, hoping that Paul comes for it. But Paul has that timing on the Mega. But it looks like Jibo's actually going to be able to keep Paul off of that and pick up this next Mega.
CZM trying to peek rail. He's trying to spam those grenades, making Jibo work a little bit in the middle, trying to hit those rockets. He was able to hit two rockets. So Jibo did pick up that Mega, but already down to 124
Yeah,
health.
he already does not have control. Well, they're actually pretty evenly matched right now, but Jibo did have control for whatever split second it was.
CZM is waiting on top of that rocket launcher. Does probably have positional control. Jibo is going for that rail, so he's going to. CZM's waiting for him. He knows he's coming. He knows he's there. Jibo wisely goes away. And Jibo misses the rail again. So
what's going to happen is Paul is probably going to. He's using that rail as bait. He knows Jibo needs it, and so he's going to leave it up because he knows that Jibo's going to go for it. And whenever he knows that Jibo's there, he's going to just like this. He's going to rocket jump. He's going to take it. He's got a time on that now, 15 more seconds, and that's coming up. And Paul's going to be there again, waiting for Jibo to try and get it.
Jibo needs a rail. If he doesn't get rail, he really can't come back here. I mean, he could use those rockets, and he can use that LG. He's going to be very, very, very smart, though, to be able to take CZM down.
Paul knows the Mega's not up for about 15 seconds. He also knows that the rail is going to be up in about 5, so there it is up. And he's just chilling, waiting for Jibo to try to make a move at either item.
Jibo did hit a nice rocket there, but CZM's able to pick up that Mega.
Jibo's landing his shots on Paul is just too stacked.
And yeah, he just has all the items, and he has the Mega, he has the red armor, sometimes getting the yellow armor too. So if he's not letting Jibo get anything, Jibo can keep hitting those rockets, but CZM will keep stacking himself up.
Right there, CZM heard the jump pad. He's going to try to make Jibo pay for getting that rail, but unfortunately, he's a little late.
CZM dodging those grenades that Jibo has been illustrious for so far.
Jibo is the nade master with 150 attempts a game. I mean, that is just crazy. CZM picks up RA. Still in control. Oh, wow. It seems
So
Mega
Jibo
and
did
RA
steal that
were
Mega
synced,
away.
and Jibo was well aware that they were synced and was able to pick it up and steal it from Paul.
So now maybe finally Jibo's chance once again to try to do something here.
Jibo's going to have to make a move at the next RA. Paul's well aware of where
Paul
he is.
knows exactly where he is, and
Wow,
predicts him perfectly.
That was 100% LG right there. That was max damage by Paul Nelson.
Just you die instantly if you're in the way.
That was insane. Not to mention Jibo's momentum carried him right into that stream. So
Yeah, he was going down the stairway.
how much he could do? You got to throw it basically.
Once again, Jibo trying to push after CZM picks up the Mega. He's not going to win that battle.
No. Right now, Paul's got this map on complete lockdown, and he's not missing any shots. You know, it's a different story. He's in control, and he's not. Like right there. Different story all of a sudden. Paul misses 3 rails, and Jibo's on a comeback.
So now CZM down to 39 health now. There's only 5 minutes left to go, and Jibo down by 11. 11-0. Jibo does not have 1 frag yet.
It's an improbable comeback. It is possible, but it's improbable.
I mean, CZM was down to just 17 health there, but now he's playing it a bit slow, spamming grenades down.
Jibo elected to keep control rather than go for that frag, which I think is kind of a smart decision, but at the same time, he's going to have to go for a frag now. I mean, now he's
He has to.
He has to go for this frag. And he's lucky to get rail instead.
Which I do think is a good idea if he does miss a jump, which he doesn't. But now he can try to hit some long-distance shots and not always have to go into tight battle.
Wow, nice rail there by Paul. See, Paul knows what Jibo's going to try to do now, and Paul's going to use that to his advantage. It's just going to be just like it was on Hub, where he can just kind of backpedal and spam a few shots.
Jibo now with 100 health and 80 armor. It sees him all the way down to 59-42. Jibo will get Mega.
Yeah,
So
Paul at this point is on the defense. I mean, he's letting Jibo pretty much run freely and just trying to stay out of his way. And on this map, it's really easy to run, really easy to hide. You can juke around the pillars, you can camp the ammo stairways.
CZM's able to steal red armor away, so all of Jibo's work there.
And I mean,
now CZM just keeps running away. He just hitting back and because Jibo has to kill him. He's down by 11. And 3 nice rockets. This is not last rocket, but those 2 nice rockets, and he's able to run away now back up to the RA. Probably up these stairs if he finishes spamming those rockets. Oh, and he hits her 2 rockets. Jibo thought he was done, and then he got the good spawn. Oh, Jibo got the good spawn there. Able to pick up that Mega and the RL and LG in the middle.
So Jibo does pick up a frag, so he's
it's
not
still
getting shut up.
It's still 12-1 with 4 minutes to go. Jibo's going to have to go on a mad dash.
He's going to have to go on a run. He's going to have to go on a run now. Otherwise, I think it's over for him.
Sees him drop down from the middle platform, able to get plasma. He jumps over the shard, not letting him know where he is.
Yeah, pretty smart move by Paul there, but Jibo's definitely not getting faked out from that. So he's not being aggressive enough right now. He's letting Paul screw around. I mean, I don't think he realizes there's only 3 minutes left. I mean, 3 minutes.
It's not enough time to. I mean, he has to control the items, but he's going to have to. He's going to push right now. He does catch CZM chasing him.
Oh, he can't convert.
He can't kill him with 7 health and does get the frag there. Finally,
he's going to need to
get
it
12-2. Misses the rail. So CZM's able to run up to the plasma. He's going to get plasma and go very slow. Jibo didn't see him go through that doorway.
No, really good move by Paul there. Great awareness of where Jibo is, and Paul's just going to camp this YA from now on.
CZM's just going to run away over and over. Jibo does get the Mega, and CZM is letting him basically get the Mega and the armors now, and just push and make Jibo come to him, and make Jibo run into his plasma spam.
Yep. And Paul is wasting enough time, too. I mean, Jibo's going to need at least a minute to chase. He's going to need at least a minute to chase frags, if he even gets the frags.
I mean, he's going to be coming up in 2 minutes left, and he's down by 10 frags. He's going to have to kill him right here. If he loses the shot battle, it's over. And CZM wins the shot battle.
That pretty much seals the deal for
that
CZM.
Will pretty much seal the CPL Winter Championship for CZM.
Looks like Paul is going to go on to be the champion, as a lot of people predicted. I mean,
CZM misses first tournament comeback. He hasn't even been playing that much.
No, it's like we said earlier. It's crazy. The guy vanishes for like a year, comes out of nowhere, practices for 2 weeks, and here he is. He's going to win. I mean, it's crazy.
I mean, it's such a natural skill.
Yeah.
And it's a great rail by CZM, and Jibo knows that he's lost this match now.
Yeah, they're doing the whole warm up mode thing right now. I mean, they're gonna play out. Obviously, it's sportsmanlike.
It's unlike some players who we saw at the WSVG finals when we were watching that one.
I did not see that.
You know, a fellow American player. Jibo does get a rail there, making it 14-3, but it's not going to matter, as CZM will be the champion. First Quake 3 event, year and a half.
You know, and a pretty impressive showing too. I mean, he dropped a couple maps to some good players, but for the most part, the West that he won were extremely dominant performances. Like, there was a couple close games, like that comeback against Cooler and all that, but for the most part, I mean, just dominant games.
Yes, just completely out-timing and outsmarting his opponents, and even out-aiming too. I mean, CZM is right now hitting a 40% rail, which is no joke. Quake 3.
For the amount of attempts he's had, that's really good. Just got good games were exchanged here, and Paul got a big smile on his face.
The instant replay here. CZM hitting. Nice rail there as Jibo drops down RA.
Just an example of the way Paul's been playing on this map so far. I mean, right from the start, he was putting the hurt on Jibo. Jibo obviously a little upset about it, but I mean, for the most part, good games from both players. I mean, Jibo had a great tournament. Second place is nothing to shake a stick at.
And CZM is the champion of the first Quake 3 event since ESWC 2005 here at the Winter CPL Championship 2006.
Yeah, great move for Paul. Great move for Paul. I'm really happy to see him win. I mean, he's been around for so long, and he's been so dominant for so long. I mean, it's predictable but fitting at the same time.
Yeah, I think he's happy to be able to beat Cooler in this tournament. He did play him in the upper bracket semifinals. Able to come back on DM6, one of the best comebacks ever, I think, on DM6 I've ever seen.
Yeah, it propelled him into the finals. I mean, that just gave him momentum to beat everybody else. But I think we are actually going to take a break and come back with an interview for you from...
I would think CZM.
From the CPO
I would
Winter
hope
Finals.
so.
I would hope so, too. So we'll be back shortly.
Hey, I'm here. I'm back on the air. I'm on Quake now. What's up with this, guys? I got Destruct next to me. We ran Slasher off, and he's going to go talk to CZM. So he got the weaker duty. We get to sit here and chat. I get to sit next to Brian. Brian, that was a great match. Big time playing. What did you think? Give me some reactions. What you think about CZM, and are we going to get to see him again?
You know, I asked him about that. I said, "Hey, are you going to play on the tour next year?" You know, and he said he wants to, but he's not sure. It depends on schools, depends on sponsors, etc. So, I mean, but as far as the matches are concerned, I mean, great. You know, Paul's just so dominant that even the great players, he kind of makes them look lesser, but they're not. I mean, it's just his style is so overwhelming that he just puts the hurt on players.
Just unbelievable watching him play. He's just what's his major again?
Mathematics.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me one bit. I mean, it just seems like he's just constantly thinking like that. He's always got one step ahead. You know, always like, you know, in World Series, he's got the mathematical percentages already figured out.
Yeah,
way ahead
he really
of time.
does. I mean, he can time like 5 or 6 different items. I mean, it's crazy. And it's not even hard for him. You know, it's natural for him.
If you had to say one thing that you could learn from him or take away from him that you'd want to add to your game, what would that be?
Well, besides his ability to time, it's his timing and his positioning. I mean, he knows where to be and when to be there almost all the time. You know, like when you play against him, it feels like he's always putting pressure on you. Whereas some people, you have a chance to, you know, maybe go around a little bit, try to pick up some armors and some weapons. But with Paul, he's always there, like letting you know, hey, I'm here. And that's one thing I'd like to be able to do with my game.
I got $1 million question for you. This is going to be interesting.
All right.
Quake 4 Toxic, CZM Quake 3. If they could ever meet somehow, or maybe they play a match in Quake 4 and a match in Quake 3, who wins?
Wow, that's a tough question.
I knew I was going to get you with that.
That's a tough question. Jeez, I don't know. That's a tough question, really. I mean, Toxic is just like unbelievable. I mean, what is it, 9 or 10 straight championships?
Absolutely.
He's unbeatable, literally. You know, so I mean, Paul.
He looked like it this weekend, though. Paul did.
Yeah, he did.
And he has picked up right where he left off, basically.
And if you know, a little bit of practice too. I mean, he really wasn't that practiced for this event.
And that's what I said. I talked to him beforehand. He was like, you know, I don't feel so good about this event. I don't know if I practice as much as some of these other guys. It didn't show.
Yeah, the only real time it showed was the ZTNs, which is a map you have to practice. You have to fine tune it. But I mean, for the most part, dominant.
Absolutely amazing. I think we got an interview almost ready to go. I haven't heard anything yet. Just waiting to find out what's word is. For you personally, though, definitely plan to go play in the tour next year?
Without a doubt.
What do you think of the potential tour, and who do you think are going to be the staples on this tour?
I think the potential of the tour is amazing. I mean, supposedly I heard 5 stops, but it could be more, it could be less. I don't know. And the prize money is going to be a lot better than, you know, like the World Series video game stops were for Quake 4 this year. So if that's the case, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a lot like 2005 was, which was great. I mean, they had great atmosphere because a lot of the same players were there. So leading into your other questions, staples, I mean, it's going to be the names that you see here, plus, you know, a couple other people, especially around the European stops because it's really cheap for them to fly. So, I mean, CZM, myself, Jibo, Cooler, all the, like Zamuz. I'm not sure how much he plans to play, but for the most part, you're going to see the same names.
Well, we'll get back to this. We'll talk a little bit more with Destruct. Let's go right out to CZM and Slasher. They're set up, ready to go. Talk about this match. Thank you, Destruct, and let's hear what CZM has to say.
Hi, this is Rod Slasher Breslau here of GotfragTV, and we're here with the winner of the Quake 3 tournament of the CPL Winter Championships, Paul CZM Nelson. So how does it feel to win the first event since ESWC 2005?
Oh, it's good. I'm glad I won. I'm a little tired, a little fried from just having a pretty intense match.
What do you have to say?
And yeah, I feel really great.
Are you happy that you won 15 grand?
Oh yeah. I'm happy about that. Yeah, I mean, that's great. You know, the CPL champion title and the 15 grand and all that. Yeah.
What was your plan going into the game versus Jibo?
Just to relax, and I wanted to win in 2 maps. I wanted to win a ZTN game because I lost to him and Cooler both on that map. So I figured he'd want to play a hub again first and then ZTN. So I wanted to be, a little bit careful on hub because he's pretty good on that map, and then hopefully win on ZTN. But that didn't happen. So.
Destruct mentioned that you really wanted to win a ZTN this game because you lost versus Cooler and then you lost to Jibo before. What happened on ZTN this time? It seemed like you kept doing.
I kept doing really stupid things. I wasn't focusing right. I don't know. I think it might be because like the people when I practice ZTN, I'm usually playing against people who just join the server and play me. So like I can get away with doing really aggressive kind of show off moves, and I try to wisen up when I'm playing someone like Jibo who's really good at ZTN. But yeah, I kept rushing when I shouldn't have, and I wasn't really focusing on the item so much.
I mean, didn't you realize that Jibo is not just your average player in ZTN?
No, of course I did. I mean, I tried to play like that, but I mean, he's good at ZTN, and yeah, like what was I doing? Like I was like.
Well, I mean, he killed you a couple times, and then he kept spawn fragging you, and it seemed like you kept rushing him and kept doing different things.
Yeah, I don't know what I was doing. I was a little out of it. I'm a little tired right now, but.
What were your thoughts going into the game on DM6?
Just wisen up and not let him, like if he gets control, don't let him get any kills, and if I get control, then make it count. It was kind of the feeling like all right, like it's kind of like when you procrastinate like a homework assignment, and then the day it's due, you wisen up and you start really focusing. That's what it kind of felt like going in that last match because I knew he'd been catching up on hub, so I didn't want to have to risk playing him again on that, and who knows what can happen on DM13. I mean, that map is, kind of random. Same with DM6. So I really didn't want to make it go into another set. Plus, I'm getting kind of tired, so I didn't want to prolong it anymore. So I really wanted to win that last one. And I had a pretty good start. I didn't get a kill right away. But then I did. I hit him with a rail while he was on the bridge. And I got control, and I didn't really make any big mistakes for a while. So.
Did you know that you're going to win when you're up 11-0?
Oh, when I was up 11-0, I knew I was going to win. Yeah.
So even though there was 5 minutes to go, you knew it was over?
Oh, there's 5 minutes to go? Oh, if there's 5 minutes to go, then you don't know you're going to win on DM6 when you're up 11-0 because you can always, you can do 9 frags in 2 minutes in DM6. So 11-0 isn't that good of a lead with 5 minutes to go. But I was in total control, and I seemed to be focused on the game. I wasn't making too many slip-ups, and I was picking fights where I could connect with the shaft pretty steadily. I mean, sometimes I go into like even shaft battles, and he usually outshafts me. But this time I was only picking the fights where I could get like a really steady stream on him, and he couldn't do very much. So,
have you enjoyed your time here at the first Quake 3 event in a year and a half, I think?
Oh yeah, it's been fun. Let's see what's happened since I've been here.
Be cooler.
Yeah, I beat Cooler. That was cool. I didn't see that coming, really. I thought I was going to lose. Then,
you thought you were going to lose to Cooler?
Well, midway through the match, I did. I mean, I kind of thought beforehand, I'll probably beat him. But then, once the match started, and I realized that he was, playing really well, I figured he'd be, way out of shape and, not as tough an opponent as Jibo would have been, is what I expected. But then, I started playing him, and I was like, wow, he's playing really well. This is pretty tough. So, yeah, after the second map, I went to the bathroom, and I was thinking, oh, I'm probably gonna lose this, but I'll just try to keep it close and see if I can get lucky. So, I wasn't very confident going into this tournament in general. I mean, people were always a lot of people were saying, yeah, I think you're gonna win, but I kind of thought that just about anyone could have won it going in.
So, did you really enjoy playing Quake 3 at this event?
Yeah, it was an absolute blast. I mean. Yeah, the game's great fun, absolutely. And I really like the competition too. Those last 3 matches, Cooler, Jibo, and Jibo were all pretty intense, and I really like that.
Okay,
I kind of crave more of it now too.
Did you think you'll play in the World Tour?
Yeah, I'll play in as many stops as I can. I don't know how well I'll be able to balance it with school, but certainly stops over the summer I'll go to.
Okay, well, thank you, Paul. We're here with the champion of the first Quake 3 event in a year and a half, and he's certainly very, very happy. So I'm Rod/Slasher Breslau, kicking it back up to Brian Destruct Flander in the GotfragTV booth, and thank you.
Could I have seen any more tired?
Well, he didn't mention me, but I'm back here as well. So thanks, Rod. CZM, definitely happy you won. What I'm curious about, though, is why did he lose DTN so many times? What does he got to do to get better at that?
He's got to play a lot more careful. I mean, he was kind of careless with his game. Right from the start, on the first one that he lost, he when he got the RA spawn, he dropped to rail. I mean, it's a classic no-no on that map. You don't drop to rail at the start of the game because the guy that gets the shaft spawn will make you pay for it every single time. So kind of really silly mistakes for the most part, and he never really got in a groove. And every time he did, Jibo would put a rocket right in his face. So it's kind of one of those things where he couldn't get his groove. I think more than anything.
Is it going to be his weak map, or is it going to be something he can correct?
At this point, I don't think it's going to matter anymore because I think the map's gone as of 2007.
Then there you go. Okay, let's go to the plays of the game real fast. We've got those available to you. Go ahead and go over this for me.
This is going to be that thread the needle rail that he put. Actually, that's the rail that really churned control on hub for CZM when him and Jibo were duking it out. And this is going to be that rail that Paul gets through the right there, boom, insane shot, kind of a prediction rail. I think he had it held down when he switched weapons. There's a small delay, and just a crazy shot from Paul right there. And this is where he got Jibo trapped. Jibo actually had a little bit of a comeback going, and then Paul manages to just snake the kill right there with the shaft when he had about 15 health left. And this is the last map that we just watched where CZM is going to go on a little insane spawn run here. He manages to get Jibo by the rocket launcher. Here comes DM6. This is that first kill that gave Paul all that momentum to propel to an 11 frag lead against Jibo. And as you can see here, this is going to be that play where Jibo was attempting to steal an RA, but Paul wasn't having any of it. And then he converts on that spawn kill that we just saw. And this is that stream that Paul was talking about. He just gets a perfect beat on Jibo, and Jibo can't do anything. I mean, at that point, Jibo actually had Mega, and he just evaporated. This is kind of when they weren't. It wasn't really close anymore at this point. And Paul was just putting the hurt on Jibo.
A little embarrassment, almost.
A little embarrassment. That was kind of the knife to the back.
Thanks to AMD and ATI for those plays of the game, and thanks to our guys behind the booth collecting all those things. They've been doing a great job all game.
They have.
And want to say thank you to you for coming out and helping us out. You did a great job. I know
Thanks.
you have your own tournament that you've been practicing for, getting ready for, so I appreciate you taking a little time
No
out
problem.
of your
My
schedule.
pleasure.